Welcome to another Woods Report. Our review on The View. July 22nd, 2022. All right, here we go. You got on your new glasses.
She's talking about my glasses.
She look like don't she look like Harry Carey?
Harry Carey
Take me out to the ball game.
The illustrations of him with the big glasses. That's he's known for those big rims.
Look at those. I told her she looked like Harry Carey with those glasses, but that's all right.
I don't care.
All right.
I can see though.
All right, I can see clearly now that you got Harry Carey glasses on. All right, here we go.
Okay.
All right, so what did they talk about on The View today?
One of the topics, because usually they start out with their little hot topics.
Remember, I don't watch it. She watches it, and then we just discuss what's going on.
And then, too, I could be giving the wrong information, you guys. So this disclaimer, I may be saying the senator's name wrong.
Comment down below.
Comment down below. That's not who they were talking about.
Right, okay.
No, she didn't say it that way.
All right.
But, hey, this is just what I see.
Right,
and what
just two knuckleheads here. Not
whatever.
CNN News or Fox News here.
But, of course, I'm going with the whole, is it Derek? I don't even know how to say this word.
Whatever, you don't have to say it, but go ahead.
As far as the biggest bombshell from the last January 6th committee hearings. So, I guess they've had some recent hearings, maybe yesterday.
Yeah, they've been doing them every day.
And they talked about how close the rioters came to the vice president.
Oh,
and we all saw that.
Hang Mike Pence. They was chanting it as they was going in there.
And they gave their opinion. They felt like you didn't hear much from Mike Pence after that, and that would have been a perfect time.
Can you
at that moment to say, "Hold up"?
Can you imagine? But can you imagine?
Hold up.
Can you imagine the president of the United States, and you're the vice president of the United States? Which means if anything happens to the president, you are assuming the role, right?
Yeah.
So you're the vice. You're supposed to be like his right hand man or his whatever.
You're supposed to be. That's how Biden and Obama were. Oh my God!
Can you imagine you sitting there? And he's telling you, the president's telling you to do something that legally you can't do. And then there's a bunch of people coming with signs that say, "Hang Mike Pence." Now, nobody thought about this. For you to have a sign, it means you painted it earlier.
You sat down and you thought that through. You wrote that.
For you to have a sign and a noose.
Yeah.
And all these things that
came prepared.
So how did you know he wasn't going to? Because that happened the same day. How did you know he wasn't going to? What if he changed his mind? So that means you sat. Think about these people who wrote. Because think about, I ran for president when I was in junior high. And I had to do signs.
Did you win?
No, I didn't win.
Oh, stop.
And I forgot my, I had a slogan. Take that to the bank or something. And, no. Put your money where your mouth is. I was running for treasurer.
Oh.
And I thought that was the best saying.
That was good.
Put your money where your mouth is.
You, huh?
And back then they just voted for whoever was
junior high?
This was junior high.
Okay.
And I remember making signs. And it takes time
to write out.
You gotta go get the board. You gotta get
Put your money where your mouth is.
You gotta put thought into that. You gotta put, there has to be some craft session going on to do these signs. Can you imagine sitting around?
You got the green marker? Yes, here, put that in black.
Doing a sign that says, "Hang Mike Pence."
Now draw a little noose, like he's gonna be hanging from a tree, like something like that. Yeah, let's get him.
And then to have,
Vice
and
President.
when they was doing the signs, I'm sure Mike Pence, people that work with him, was trying to talk to Trump and say, "Can you tell them not?" Excuse me, sir. Can you tell them not to paint signs that say "Hang Mike Pence"? I'm sure they was reaching out to Trump to ask
they were
him.
saying that his family was at the Capitol as well. So
I think Trump never liked
But
Pence.
the ladies on the View,
he hated that he had to have him as vice president.
No, he was a yes man. He was a very silent.
No, he
partner.
needed him for the Christians. He needed that vote. Yeah,
and he had to show that he.
So he had to have Mike Pence. He hated that he had to have Mike Pence.
Yeah, but I wish Mike Pence would have had a backbone, even in that situation.
That's hilarious.
To say, "You guys, I know y'all not trying to kill me. I said I can't do anything about this election. What is wrong with y'all?
Hang Mike Pence.
But then they was talking about this, why the Secret Service didn't think that they would make it out alive. They was telling people, be careful, you may not make it out alive. They were really afraid.
Oh, they was afraid. These people were afraid.
Yep.
When you got a mob coming,
and you didn't think people was actually going to physically, you thought they'd just be outside. Hey,
I don't know what they
break
thought.
Windows and come
I
in.
thought they thought people was going to stand outside and chant.
Yeah.
But that's not what they was being told. They was told to take over the Capitol. How else you going to take over the Capitol unless you go in?
And they talked about, is Senator Josh, I think, is it Josh Hawley? Whatever, the one that did the fists up, how he rallied everybody and was like, and they showed him on camera running. He was running out.
It's like they released.
You make sure he got.
You know what they did? They released the hounds. It's almost like you the person that's like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then as the crowd is coming, they don't see you. And they just knocking over anybody in the way.
Like,
your crowd turned on you.
Let me get out of here.
The dogs turned on you.
And it's so funny because they showed that on camera. Literally him running back and some coming down some stairs or something.
He released the hound.
And,
and then ran.
But yeah, they were just talking.
I thought Trump wanted to be there. Because from what I heard, as much as I don't like Trump, he was like physically trying to manhandle his driver and security to take him back over there.
I wonder what would have happened if he was physically there.
I think if he was physically
like
there.
If he came on the top where the beginning, where the stage kind of part of the building.
Do you think if he was physically there, they wouldn't have went in the building?
Maybe so.
I think he wanted to stand at the helm and kind of like, I don't know what's in that man's mind. It wouldn't make
sense for him to have run in himself and take charge of
everything. He wouldn't have climbed through the window like those people were. They broke windows and climbed in.
I think, like I said the other day, I think he likes the fact that the crowd was like doing all of this for him.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do? Where do you want us to go? We're here for you.
And they was kept saying he could have called it off at any time because they was his dogs. They were his
could have very well said, "Okay, you guys, okay. I understand let's keep it peaceful."
Remember that scene in Malcolm X where Malcolm X was marching. They was marching a peaceful march.
The guy was in jail,
and the police was nervous because they thought they was going to storm the jail, and they were.
They were ready to.
And he stopped. Malcolm X stopped them. And then they showed him do this with his hand.
How true was that, I wonder?
And right then, when he did this and then did this, and the guys turned and walked away, he should have known then he was gonna die.
Well, you know the comment they said.
If you got that much control over a crowd, you're gonna die. They're gonna kill you.
And you saw in the movie, in the Malcolm X movie, supposedly, I don't know how true it is, but when that cop said that man with that much power,
they're gonna kill him. So I think Trump wanted that. He wanted to be able to say, if I want to put a hand up, and because I'm just trying. This could be totally false. Y'all tell me what y'all think.
Okay.
I think in his mind, because remember he's a movie star. Okay, in his mind, entertainer.
Okay.
He wanted to stand on the steps and say to the crowd, put his hand up like Malcolm X did, and say, "We're not going to storm." But he wanted everybody in that building to know, if I wasn't here and I didn't put my hand up, y'all all would have been in
trouble, including you,
Pence. Nancy, you, Pence, all of them. They would have stormed this place and killed all of you if I wouldn't have came and saved everything. I think that's what he wanted. And it messed up when that security guard or whoever was driving didn't let him do it.
And they showed him getting angry. They showed clips of him even with a speech I guess he was trying to go over and was trying to get it right, and he kept messing up. And Joy, of course, does that surprise you that he don't even know how to put sentences together? They laughed.
I think that's what he wanted. So they talked about more about the hearings. And all that.
And then they had I think what's her name? If she's a senator, Congresswoman.
Okay.
Elaine Luria. It was a comment she made that I had to write down, because if you think about it, if you're in office, well, then again, I don't know. That can be an argument, because at the time, it was the results of him.
Soon you would tell us what the comment is.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm trying to think back if he was technically like a captain over a ship.
Oh, okay.
Because he wasn't he wasn't
what was her
the
comment?
President. What she was saying is similar to a captain and his ship. And the captain just leaving and letting the ship just go down.
Oh, okay, all right.
Usually as a captain, I think another captain recently was in Italy somewhere.
Oh, he jumped off the ship.
and the ship.
Well, like I said, unless I'm supposed to stay on the ship. Unless I'm wrong, y'all can comment down below. I don't think that fits Trump. Because what they were saying, he wanted to be there.
But would he have gone down with the ship if the ship crashed?
No, I don't think he thought it was
stage left like that.
I don't think he thought it was gonna go down. I really think he thought he could put his hand up and stop everything.
Wow.
But I don't know.
Okay,
Who
we
knows
never
what's
know.
in
This
his
is
mind.
our opinion, and that's what we feel like.
Okay.
But that was one of the comments that she made, because it's all leaning on that 187 minutes timeline. You hear that in the news. 187 minutes. What was he doing?
Okay.
Why was he doing this and that and not doing this instead of that? So,
do you think that the American people really care about this whole thing?
You know what? It's not so much that people care. Like, Mama watches it just as newsworthy.
Right.
When he was president, oh my God, that's why my mom tuned into CNN and Fox.
But this whole January 6th thing,
she's waiting to hear if they have any strong evidence on him.
But even if
you're
they
against him, if you're for him,
right,
you're waiting for this to be over.
But even if they have strong evidence, do you think that the average American really cares about this trial?
No, I think not to that.
I mean, y'all might. Let us know what y'all think.
I don't think so.
You think people actually care?
No, I don't think people care like you're saying, and that's a good question, because it's just like background noise until we hear a verdict actually takes place. Like, a lot of people didn't care about O.J. Simpson in that situation until that verdict came out. I was at my job when the verdict came out. We were in the gym, and our gym in our job has TV cameras.
See, I don't think
I was in the background, and I was listening, and I was like, "You think people cared about that
trial?" Yeah, I disagree with you.
Oh,
we were invested in that trial.
Because I remember, I'm thinking black folks didn't care.
No, everybody was watching that trial. We watched the Bronco go down the road. We followed that case.
But don't you think it was a race thing? We went doing a rabbit hole, you guys. But don't you think that was a race thing?
No, I'm just saying that
as
trial.
As far as blacks and whites are concerned, black people didn't care regardless
but I'm saying
if he was guilty or not.
But that's why I'm saying I disagree with you.
Oh, it's not like
we actually followed that trial. I think people actually cared about that trial.
You don't think people follow this?
Do people care about this trial?
Because Mama does.
Okay, well, let me know.
But that's a good question.
Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all care about this trial? I think people was more on the Amber, what's his name? Johnny Depp trial more than this.
Oh.
Honestly, I think people was into that more.
She beat him, and we were waiting.
People was following more with the Amber Heard and
that's a good question.
What's his name? Johnny Depp.
Because answer to that question.
Do people care about this trial?
But in my opinion, answer to that question can also lean on whose side.
Right.
Like people that want him out, like Joy does. They care, and they're listening like what's going on.
But he's already out.
Whereas people that follow him, that support him,
right.
There's people that don't even care at all.
I don't think people really care. I know I don't. And you can let us know, comment down below. Maybe I'll put that in the community, on the community tab.
Do you care about this?
Do you really care about this whole...
Whether he's found guilty and innocent?
And what happens? So what happens either way? So, okay, what else did they talk about?
Question.
So they spent most of the time talking about that.
No, that was one segment.
Oh, okay.
You know, they go to commercial. You know how the View works. Sometimes they'll speak part 2 of it and let all the other ladies answer, or they'll segue into a whole new topic.
All right, what's the new one?
So the new topic was
I'm getting bored with that one.
I know.
Every day they talking about that January 6th.
They talked about, now here's a reader's question about, let me see, where is it at? My notes didn't clear it.
Well, what else? Just off the cuff. What did they talk about?
I didn't write it on, but it was along the lines of, in fact, my notes are supposed to catch that.
All right.
Another topic they brought up was your ex. Okay, think about those of you who have an ex. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the good relationship is a good or bad. Mm-hmm. Which you will be okay with your ex living across the street from you, moving to your neighborhood and moving across the street.
To me, it would depend on how you are my ex. Mm-hmm. If it ended good, if it ended bad. Mm-hmm. If it ended bad or whatever, and you're a stalker, no, I don't want him living across the street.
You said the same word Sonny said.
But
that's stalker related.
Yeah, but if it's just that we live in the same area and you just happen to be an ex, I don't care. If it didn't end bad or nothing like that,
we all know Sonny and how she's pretty much shared that she doesn't understand how any breakup could be positive. Any breakup, you can still be a friend, because she's thinking of it, and she hasn't arrived there
Not
yet.
even a friend, just I don't care about you like that.
Well, she's just saying how when people say you are friends with your ex, you don't understand that.
Yeah, see.
But what about with the kids? It don't matter to her.
Now, see, and that's also too.
She don't want them nowhere around.
What if you have kids? A lot of times,
the ex has to still be there.
But sometimes they may want to move, like Kanye across the street.
Yeah, he did.
They may want to stay in the same neighborhood because they don't want their kids to be going back and forth. It's almost like they want to stay. They want to keep it as normal as possible,
right, with the kids.
So I feel like it depends on the people. Obviously, it depends on if it's
your
kids
relationship.
involved.
Yeah.
It depends on how you broke up, and the main thing, like I said, what is the reason why that person is living there? If that person is living there just because that's just apartment opened up or whatever. But if they purposely are coming to live
to that
across the street from me, I kind of find that a little odd.
Right.
Like, why are you trying to live across the street from me?
And then you looking out your windows and seeing what I'm doing, where I'm going.
And just think about it. Even if you're not friends with your ex or whatever, you would be a little bit more, you would look like to see who women is coming
like
over
if you
there
happen to be in the window and you like, I'm
gonna look. I'm gonna see what kind of women he got coming over there and stuff.
Sonny's like, no, you don't need to be in the neighborhood near us, and I'm thinking
like, oh, she ugly, or she don't look better than me, or you be trying to match her up with you.
And I kind of see both sides, because I can see her saying, yeah, you want to try to keep it as normal as possible because the kids are still involved. Let's just say the kids are real young and they still got daddy time or mommy time.
Yeah.
You don't need to be across the street,
though. I can put them in the community tab.
You don't need to be across the street, though.
Okay.
You can still live in your neighborhood. Come pick the kids up, or I'll drop them off, and you be your daddy, be the mommy for that weekend or whatever time frame. Maybe they stay with you for the summer, but you do not need to live across the street from me. Okay. And some relationships are that bad where I don't want to see you drive up. I don't want to see if you got a new car. I don't want to see a woman coming in your home. You don't need to see what the kids are doing. Only when your time comes for you to have them.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a good point on both sides. But some people probably already lived near each other and don't care.
That's what I'm saying. It just depends. That's why he always tell you don't date people that you work with and stuff. Because if you break up, you're still working there. I got to see you every day.
Now, I disagree with that. Because I feel like if you're an adult and you know how to communicate.
What if it's a bad breakup, though?
It don't. If you are, hopefully you're not a person where you will have a bad breakup.
No. What if it's not your fault?
He's stalking you, I can see.
No, if you work with somebody, let's say you work with...
let me get to my point why I say this is okay. Think about those of us some of us are working from home right now, but back in the day, I was at my job from 8:30 to 5 every day. I didn't have time to be at home. You do meet people at your job, especially if you work for a big corporation.
Yeah.
You may meet them in the lunchroom.
Right.
You may meet them downstairs dropping off a mail thing. Can we be adult about it? If it is a bad breakup, I'm sorry, I don't need to. I see what you're saying in your same department.
It don't have nothing to do with being an adult.
Maybe your same department may be a little icky, but if he's over Jack from suite number 200, where it's a walking distance, and I won't see him maybe in the gym.
Right.
Even if it's a bad breakup, so what?
But
he's not stalking me.
But the question is, some people don't want to date people they work with because of that. If it's a bad breakup, it has nothing to do with being an adult. If it's a bad breakup, you may not want to see that person. I don't even want to see you in the lunchroom, especially if you cheated on me, or if you did something, or if you cheated on me with somebody else at the same job.
It's going to be hard to avoid them.
No,
if you don't work with
them. But
let's say you meet them at church. You just
said what I'm saying. That's why some people don't like meeting people where they are, like even at church. Because, like, you meet somebody at church and then y'all have a bad breakup. Now, every Sunday, I got to see you. Yeah. That's why some people don't date people that they go to church with or they work with.
That's hard to do. And y'all probably agree with me on this. That's hard to do.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I never dated anybody I work with.
That's hard to do. Because now you're going to church.
It wasn't hard for me.
Other than job, some people may agree with the job right away, cut and dry. But church... especially if you at a mega ministry and it's over 40,000 people.
I know.
Be an adult. If it's a bad breakup, you need to be healed from it and quit being crazy.
All right.
And he hopefully ain't crazy or she ain't crazy and stalking you.
I still have.
Because if it's church, then you need to be on your knees praying that don't be following
I still don't think that has nothing to do with being an adult.
I do. I think that we need to get our emotions off our sleeve and just be real about it. It can be ugly as ugly. Ugly to me is like, are you saying physically?
It could, what if it's domestic? Yeah, what if it's domestic violence?
Well, maybe a restraining order. I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
But to say is to say you don't like meeting somebody at your job or your church.
Some people
How you gonna put a wall up to not meet somebody because he at your job and we may break up ugly?
Some people use the comment, I don't like the S-H-I-T, I don't like the boo-boo where I eat. That's what some people.
Well, that's
so
okay.
Go ahead.
And maybe these are people who got some really strong, get a nice relationship with somebody and they have no issues.
Or they just don't work. Like I met my wife, we don't work in the same building.
And
it's
some
another
people
lady
don't work
else.
at big companies.
Yeah.
If you had a small one, it was only 10 of you. Yeah, I can get that. I
don't have a problem with people. Like I said, it has nothing to do with being an adult. I don't have a problem with people who say they don't want to date somebody that they work with. I don't have a problem with a guy who says that. If a woman likes him or something, he say, my custom is, I don't normally date women that I work with.
I'm just saying.
Or men that I work with.
I guess for me, I'm more open-minded with that. Leaving it open, leave my options open, even to the point where you're dating out your race. Don't put yourself in a box.
All right. Keep going.
Okay. That's a rabbit hole, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What else they talk about?
And
we always gonna go down rabbit holes. So, and that's a disclaimer in our little thing. So, I hate when people comment and say, "Oh, you guys go down rabbit." That's us.
You can follow us down the rabbit hole. Or
why are you watching us if you don't like people that go down rabbit? We're a rabbit hole. Maybe we should try to change it to the rabbit hole report. That's what we do.
God.
All right, go ahead.
Or we should have on the screen going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
A rabbit
running across.
Yeah.
All right.
And that'll let a person know. Let me pause until I don't see that rabbit no more.
All right. Go ahead.
But this was the last thing they talked to Eva Longoria. I guess is an executive producer. Yeah. She made it known for that, and the other things that she's been in too. I guess her first time. I don't know if it's her first time executive producer, but there's another Latino show coming out, Gordita Chronicles.
Okay.
And Anna kind of gave a definition of what Gordita means. Gordita, chubby. This is a family, I believe, in Miami, and it's kind of filmed in the 80s. So think about the 80s style of clothing and all of that was going on. This is a young girl. That's a family. I guess she has a sibling, and she's very sure, very. The one thing I was looking at the episode, she's funny and she's like straightforward, but it's almost like usually kids can be mean and you're chubby.
Are they going to show real life kids being mean?
Yeah, I think they show ugliness of kids.
A fake show.
I don't know as far as fake and what we think fake is,
and
but they are coming against her being fat.
And that's the other thing. It's good they showing this in the 80s because it's a little different now than it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Everybody's so fat now that kids don't even, it's like.
Ooh, you fat too.
But back then in the 80s, if you was fat or a fat kid, people would, I wasn't a fat kid, but if you was a fat kid, they teased you.
Yeah, they did. And they didn't think nothing of it when they did.
Yeah, so if they doing this in the 80s, to be realistic, they have to tease her.
Back in my day when you was chubby and you tried to be a cheerleader.
And yeah, there was fat cheerleaders.
I know. So they came out and was like, you have to be so sure of yourself. It don't matter what people say.
And look at those
haters. I don't care.
Go back and look at those pictures. What we consider fat now, we look at and go, oh, that's not even fat.
I know.
We so big now.
I know.
That back then, we could go back and look at some of y'all pictures in high school and stuff. Some of y'all that's older. People consider was fat. You look at them now and go, because Marilyn Monroe was considered fat.
We talked
heavy.
about that too.
And I'm sitting here going, now you look at her picture now and you go, that's not
fat. That's not fat. Yeah. That's
not what's her name? Ethel. Lucille Ball, Ethel. Ethel was considered fat.
Yes, she was. And then compared to Lucy, because Lucy was smaller.
But you look now and you're like, Ethel not fat.
Especially when you see them in person too. But TV does ask the camera.
This, and this is even sad. I even had to say this. Even go back and look at the honeymooners. Ralph Camden wasn't that fat.
How big was Ralph? Because he was big in the show.
No, he had a big stomach. Ralph was big, but go back and look at it. He not as big as
now you're saying Curly wasn't from the Three Stooges.
Curly wasn't that
because
fat.
Ralph was bigger than Curly on TV.
No, that means we getting accustomed to people being bigger. Because Curly was, back in the day, you watched the Three Stooges, he was huge. Now you go back and look at the Three Stooges, and you go, you know what, Curly, he's plump. He's not huge. Go back and look at the Honeymooners. Ralph Kramden is big, but he's not real big. Like some of the big fathers on these sitcoms now.
Yes.
They real big.
Like, let's see, Roseanne's husband.
Roseanne's husband. What's his name that you like? Mike and Molly?
Yes.
Mike is big.
Yes.
He's bigger than Ralph Kramden.
He sure is.
Go back and look at Ralph Kramden and look at Mike and Molly. And you go.
And then Ralph would wear that dark suit.
That made him look slick. You go, you know, Ralph.
Because he came in always with that bus driver suit.
But look at him. He had a big stomach. His legs wasn't that big.
This was back in the, 40s?
Think of
look at black and white.
Look at that.
Wow. We've come a long way. Fat people have come a long way.
Fred and Ethel. Fred was considered fat.
And the dad on Fresh Prince.
Yeah, well, he's
Judge
still
Banks.
fat. I think he's still fat. Not Fresh Prince. Yeah, he's still big.
In the Family Matters.
He's still big.
In fact, they was putting fat dads in all these movies.
They still big even today's standards. They was big. They still big.
Because Will would always crack on them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But big lovable. Not big,
cuddly.
Yeah, big.
A man can get away with being. That's another topic.
Roseanne broke the barrier on that for big women and all of that being on. And no, before Roseanne, Nell Carter.
Yeah, Nell Carter.
And
she was short, so she really was wide.
Nell Carter. And before that, what? Not even before Nell Carter. What's her name? Remember the comedian, the black lady. And she was, I'm thinking of her too. But I'm thinking what's happening. Mabel. Oh, Mabel King. Was it Mabel King?
That's my mama.
That's my mama.
And then what's happening was what's happening with the afro.
Mabel. Wait a minute, who are you talking about?
Shirley.
Oh, go back and look at what's happening. Shirley, not as big. She was
fat.
But not as big as now.
Because she came on Martin. She did a Martin episode. She got bigger there.
Exactly. We've gotten so.
But then the cameras too add pounds, so they really not big like we think. But
I know.
But they're bigger than all the other characters, and that's probably why they look big.
But I'm just saying, the world standards is getting worse.
Because Mike and Molly, I love that. My favorite funny show.
All right, that was a rabbit hole.
But that was truly a rabbit hole. But they was just saying that Anna was. They loved the show, and they hope that it would definitely
we come back, guys. We go down a rabbit hole and we crawl back out and we come back.
Yes.
It's not like we go down a rabbit hole and we never come back to what we were talking about,
and
guys.
we forget what we talked about and then move on to something else.
But we do come back.
Yeah, because it gets us.
It does tie into this show that Eva's doing.
Now Gordita,
based in the 80s.
I didn't know Gordita means chubby.
Okay.
But this is her first time acting gig.
Okay.
And she was just comfortable in her role. And they showed, when you see the previews of it, I don't know if it's aired yet or not.
Fat, and let me tell you another thing that's out now. Ugly. You notice more people.
Ugly out, Kim?
You notice more people are average looking or ugly on TV. More than back in the day. Remember back in the day, everybody was good looking.
Well,
if you was funny looking, you played a role that required you to be funny looking. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like people that's what people consider not attractive or average looking are playing main characters now. You're seeing more of that now.
Oh, you mean like for example, they play the love man role?
They'll play the love interest role. Yeah, they'll play the love interest role, or they'll play the main character. Remember back in the day, if you was fat, you was the friend. You was the fat friend. That was it. What? Now the fat girl can be the main person on the show.
That's true. Because what's that one lady that was in the one where the boy drowned and he almost died? She's real big.
Oh yeah,
because I know even with Precious, what's her name? They played Precious.
Yeah.
But you know what? Your friend Howard made a joke about Precious and what other role would she get?
Howard Stern talk about everybody.
You know, when you big, it's like that's the only role you gonna get.
And you got to remember what Howard. 90s Howard, 80s Howard, 90s Howard, 2000. Yeah, so it depends on the Howard. So
I'm not a fan.
All right.
That's her favorite.
I know. I love Howard Stern.
But we'll see how this show goes. It's called Gordita Chronicles. And it's funny because that word Chronicles, I had used that word Chronicles for my sorority.
Oh, okay.
And keeping that as a theme. Because this is our 20th anniversary. So we think of the word Chronicles as it's like gives a history, historically, you know, how things are.
Well, we remained under our 30 minutes, so we're good.
Yeah.
Anything else we talked about?
That was it.
All right.
With Eva.
Okay. So there you go, guys. That was our review of The View. Today, July 22nd, 2022.
Friday.
Let us know what you guys think. I'm going
to put a poll out.
I'm going to put these 3 polls out on the community wall. Let us know what you think. I'm going to say, do you mind if your ex moves across the street or in your neighborhood? Do you care about this January 6th trial? Does it
the result of it for Trump?
And would you date someone who that works with you or goes to your church or something?
Okay.
All right, y'all. So let's see. All right. So that was another Woods Report. See you later.